And we're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Build the Spitfire, issue number 77, with me, your host, World of Mike. Apologies for the tripod in the way. There's nothing I can do about this. We knew that this issue was going to be a little bit of a challenge when we began to do the extension work. So basically, issue number 77, as you can see here, if it weren't for this bloody duck in the way, it's like the duck is like right over there. Anyway, so this is the corner of the display stand of the Spitfire base. As you can see, we're just going to be extending that base a little bit further. I'm trying the best I can with this angle. I mean, it's just very, very awkward, this one, but I figured out a way of doing it, and I'll go into that a little bit later on. So obviously, we're just going to be putting another panel of this section here in to the other section that we're going to be doing. And then we're going to have something that looks like that. So roughly in about 2 weeks' time, we should have the end of the base, and we should have the rest of these panels here going on. So that's that. Right, so as you can see, and then in issue number 78, we will have, oh wow, look at that. So we've got two bases at the front, you know, two panels at the base at the front, and then we've got two panels at the end. So that's really close. That's a really good closing point for the base, because we've got two at the front and two at the end. Right. Before we go into anything else, we roughly know what the bits are, so we don't need to get the magazine, obviously. I'm not going to keep going through the same parts all the time, so I'll pop that over to one side. The way I'm doing this is, if you look over here, so that's the base, right? So as you can see, if I go like that, you can roughly see that that's where the base is. So the way I'm going to do this, it's going to be a lot of moving work. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to, so obviously the base is running along there. We've got to put a bracket or a piece of boarding, if you like, which is this one here, which is number 4. I will sort the camera out in a minute, but the way I'm going to do it, if I move that over as best as I can, it will fit something like that. So we'll do it in sort of like an L shape. If we do it sort of like there, this is a really awkward angle. There's nothing I can do. It's quite a challenge doing this. So yeah, we don't really need to see, you know, this part of the base because we've done that. So let's get started and let's get this extended. And I'll go into detail a little bit later on what I'm going to do with the next week's. So we're going to have the longer version, and obviously we should have a symbol on the edge. Some of these have like a symbol, like if you look here, it has like a little line. I don't know if you can see that, but it has like a little line, whereas this one don't seem to have that line. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to position that into the back. It might go the other way actually, so let me just put that. Is it going to go in there? Okay, so it must be that way then. It's a little bit of a puzzle work here. It's going to be so awkward trying to get all this in. There we go. Right, that's the easy part. The hard part is the longer, this is the thing, right? The longer it gets, the more we extend, the bigger it gets, the harder it is to hold everything in place. And it could go a little bit pear-shaped from here. But I'm going to try my best. So once we've got that in, same scenario is as last time. We've got 2 brackets this time. So we've got 2 straight brackets. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that onto the edge like so. Now, if I remember rightly from last time, I think I bent this down. That went right down there, and then we sort of positioned. Oh, you beauty! Look at that. That is just the angle I wanted. Fantastic. Right, so we've got, this is where it could be a little bit tricky because I need to be able to see that. But obviously I can't take it all off and do it flipped up because I've got all of the other part on over there. So we'll see how we get on. So we've got some screws. I do apologise if I'm a little bit slow today. I have been awake since 6:40 because I'm on a different shift. So yeah, So the first thing is, I knew that wouldn't go in. I need to try and figure out where the hole is. So if we say, I can just about see it. So, okay, so that's that. I'm going to have a solution here. I think what I'm going to do, to make it easier for me, I'm going to position this onto here first. That one, I'm not going to do that. I just think it's easier to do it like this. So we'll screw that down into there. If it will let me screw it in. Whoops. Would help if I lined up the hole. So yes. So yeah, there we go. Lovely. I just prefer doing it like this rather than, you know, you can't actually see that. I do apologise. Let me just put that there so you can see. I actually prefer just taking it off like that and doing it like this. It's so much easier. But as you can see, it just works a treat. Now, what I'm going to do, we'll screw in the other one. This is the only build I know that does, you can actually build your own base. So it's pretty awesome. So we'll just screw that in again. Oh, wow. There we go. These screws are a nightmare because they're not magnetized, and every time you put it in, you see it just like slips off the end of the screw. I really must find that magnetizer. I think holding it, gripping it slightly, if you sort of put that screw in and then grip it at the side while you position that in, that will get the starting point, and then you can just go like that. Just like this. Like so, like that. So once we've done that, we're gonna, I think the easiest solution now is I'm gonna put this into there like that. That's gonna go down there. Now what we've got is, if you look here, we've got a lip. You can see it's erected slightly. So looking at this, let's try and get that screw in first. Don't really want to put it into the base yet. So if we say, can you see that? Yeah. If I just move that over a smidge. So annoying because my hands are in the way, so it's like you can't really, but you can get the gist of what I'm doing here. This is where it's about to get a little bit tricky. Come on. Yes. No. Okay. Yeah. I always knew it would get this. I need that magnetizer. That's what bloody doing it is, the magnetizer. So just hold that there. Come on. Oh man. Come on, get a little bit of grip. There we go. Good man. Good man. Right. Oh, it's so annoying. This tripod is in my bloody way. You can just about see it there. I can't do it any other way. So if we, and what's even worse is I'm right-handed. Whoops. I'm left-handed. So this is not really the right. Okay. All what's happening there is because obviously I'm using the hand that I don't write with. This hand is more weaker than that hand, so that's what the problem is. So if I try, I should have done this from the first, shouldn't I? I should have done this from the start. Oh, so tricky doing this. Well, I'm not going to tighten it any further than that. It's very hot in this room, by the way, so yeah. So next we need to, trying to think, because I had a magnetizer, but I think it's in my box, in my other box. Okay. Trick to this is you want pressure, but you don't want too much pressure that the screwdriver will slip. As you can see, I'm applying some pressure, but not too much pressure. And what I'll do at the end is I'll pick it up and show you from, you know, back where that where my curtain thing is there. I just use that as like a backdrop, but man, is this tricky. Because the problem you've got is you're screwing it in, but then where we've had sort of like space to screw the brackets in, we're now bashing against this brown bit. So it's challenging, and I do like a challenge. So that's that. Wow. Right. This is where the fun part starts, because we've now got to put 2 screws into here while flipping everything upside down. Don't know how we're going to do it as of yet, but we always knew that this issue would be a little bit challenging. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a washer onto the screw. We know that one, I'm going to do the furthest one away first. I've got the nut. So, little think here, how best to do this. So, okay. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to move that up. I'll just do that. Let's see how it looks like that first. So, oh dear. Easy does it. Right. It's going to get a little bit tricky now. There we go. Thought it was going to do that. Let's move that up. Right, there we go. So, if I just back that up slightly, you can see that the screw is protruding through the other side of here. Okay, so not as tricky as I thought. So that's pretty good. Okay, and then move that over slightly. Oh gosh, this is really challenging. It's not as easy as you think. There we go. Right. Whew. Once we get this panel in, that's the hard bit over. Right, now what we need to do, this is a lot of moving. So there we go. I'm just going to tighten the screws down on the base one. It might be this one actually. That one, yeah. Okay, that screw's a bit loose, but anyway. Right, so we're going to go through this screw hole now. So what we now need to do is, it looks like the number 4 goes to this side. This is really not, I mean, I can't do anything about it. I mean, it's a very hard situation. This is bashing into there. Right. I think the easiest option, that's going to go through there and into that. So what we do for that is we put a washer through that one first. So if we, no, I need the washer on that first. So if we, and what I love about this is, I don't know if you can see this, but it's this rim here. So what it does is it sandwiches this wood into it. So it's really cool. So let's put that through there. Probably going to fall out, but please don't. Then what we'll do, I've got an idea. Let me just have a move about here. So if I move this over there, we put that down there. Hang on a minute. Right. I'm just going to move some stuff out of the way. Because if I move some stuff out of the way and move this up a smidge, if we, I wonder if that view's a little bit better. And then if we back this up a bit and then do it like that, I don't know how better else to do it. But you know, we're only putting a panel in, so if we, yeah, that's got to go through that, but we've got to get behind here. So this is, I cannot tell you how difficult this is. This arm will not go back any further. So I am trying my best here, but it's at its full capacity. Don't know how better else to do this. Move that back a smidge. If we move that back a smidge. Do you know what? We're only putting the screw in, so it doesn't really matter too much. So I knew that would do that. But I've got a spare right here. So if one falls out the back, we can pick that up after, but wow. I'll be glad when this base is done. It's quite hard doing this. No, that's not going to work because my arm's going to be in the way. Let's try getting up. Maybe that'll do it. Okay, so if we put that through there, that's got to go. Come on, find the hole. There we go. Okay, so as long as that rests there. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. I've got enough room. Come on, to get that little screw. Come on, man. I was going to do it on the floor, and then I thought, you know what, I ain't doing it on the floor. Okay. Easy does it. There we go. Right. Okay. So I've got to try and figure out. I need to get behind this. I'm sorry if I'm in the way at the moment, but at the moment this is quite hard to do. There we go. Wow. Whew, that was, oh man, that was challenging. I tell you that now, that was challenging. So let's put it down to where it was. And the thing is, every time you add a panel, it just gets heavier and heavier and heavier. So that's we've got to do that again next week as well. So, oh man, this is starting to really get heavy. Oh, wow. Right, that's the bulk of it out of the way. So what we now need to do, need to move some bits around because I need to, we put that down like that. There we go. There we go. And then we put that down like that. Lovely. Wow, that was hard. I'll give you that. But we got there in the end. I'm finding it easier not using a spanner to tighten the screw, so it's actually a lot easier. Right, so once we've done that, it looks as if I think it's, so we've got a bracket there, and then looks like it wants us to, we just position that there. Oh God, we're going to have the same problem because we've got to get a nut underneath it. I've got a trick to that, because what I could technically do is just lift it up and balance it like that and do it like that. We'll see how we get on. But basically, it wants us to put this bracket. It looks like, so it looks like this. I wonder what all these are for. I mean, obviously it's going to hold something. But to me, this looks like these brackets, we know that there's no holes in the top here. So you can see that there's no holes in there. That indicates to me that that is going to hold the top base on. So you'll have a bottom base and a top base, which will be easily removable in case any of the electrics break down on it. So yeah, right. I think what's weighting it down is all these metal brackets. So this is quality. This really is quality. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. This is the thing, Harshette pride themselves in quality, and this, my friends, is quality. So let's put that down there. Okay. I'm wondering, so we've got to put that through. I think what I'm going to do, I need to tip it up again. So let's move this out of the way. Let's tip that up like that. Like that. Yeah, we'll have to do the same scenario again. I think this is really difficult. I'm telling you now, but it's really difficult. If I move this, this is really annoying. Right, if I move that there, oh yes, that's perfect. Okay. See, there's no other way I could film it because you've got to. The problem you've got is you're always working from the top and the back and the top and the back. So it's either way you do it, you're still going to get it, you know, covered up somewhere. So let's do. Oh man, this is really hard. I'll tell you something. This is ridiculously hard for me, but finding the hole is the easy part. Come on, man. This is the part, what we've got to do, trying to find the hole, which is somewhere, it's somewhere, oh man, this is, problem is it's so bloody tall, I can't get, just go over, come on, yeah man, yeah man, thank you God for that, you beautiful man. That was God helping me there. He knew I was struggling, so he decided he was going to help me on that. Because I said find the hole, and he did. So brilliant. Oh man, this is absolutely fantastic. Now what I'm doing is I'm just seeing where the other hole is lining up, because once I've done that, I can then get the other screw in, and then we'll just give it an extra tighten up. But I think I'm going to leave it like that, because if I flip it again, we're going to have to flip it again to put, well, actually we might not, because this is like corner bracket. So yeah, man. Okay, here we go again. I'm going through, where's that hole? Through there. Okay, got the hole, which I think, yeah, that's where the hole is, right. I'm going to cheat a bit here, I'm going to look over the top. Come on. Oh man. Oh man, right. I need to have a look where this hole is going. So, have I got a pen or something? What I want to do is I want to put a pen or something thin enough to get through here, so I can. Whoa. So I can at least see. I need to be able to see what's going. At the moment, it looks just like it's not the actual. There it is. Haha. There we go. Right. Let's try again. As long as that bracket don't move. Git. I've dropped the screw. Can you believe it? Oh man. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Go in the hole. Oh my God, what is that? Sorry about that, something blocked it, but we did get that. We did get that in the hole, so that's brilliant. I mean, it's up to you, but I always tend to use the back of the nut rather than the other side of the nut. So if we just position that. Right, now that we've got them nuts in, or the bolts, or whatever you want to call them, I'll do the same thing that I did before. Just hold that in. Oh man, I'm sorry if it's blacking it out. It's just my t-shirt in the way at the moment. And just put that one into there. Yep. Wow. Right, that's that. Whew. That was quite challenging, but it's exciting. You know, putting that other base on now. So, as far as I'm aware, we've only got to put one more screw in, which is the one that goes right up the top. However, let's have a look here. So, this has got to go. Now we've got to move the crane again. This has got to go up here. Don't worry about this. This is just like watermarks or somewhere it's got wet from somewhere. You're not going to see it. It doesn't matter. So now what we've got to do is we've got to put this panel on the top here. This is as far as it will get. I would love to get a little bit higher than that. But if I just go there, that's as best as I can get it. We need to put this over the top like that. Like that. I just want to see if that's, yeah, lovely. Right, okay, so yeah, I've done a test fit there, so that's fantastic. So that's that, right. So I've done a test fit there. Right, now what we can do is bring this right the way back down here, all the way down to there. Cool. So I've never done a build that's a lot of moving with the crane, with the arm and that. So what I'm going to do now is we're now going to attach a corner bracket. So it looks as if we're going to put this along here. You've got two holes either side of here, uno and dos, or 1 and 2, and yeah, and which is 1 and 2 in French. Right, so that's that. So we're going to put a black screw through there, and put a black screw through that. As you can see, it goes in a tree. Looks really big. These screws are fantastic. You've got really nice grip on it. The quality, I can't get over the quality of this build. It's fantastic. I mean, the base is fantastic. Now, as you can see, that you can just about see that it's missed the hole. So if it does that, just go like that, and that'll realign it. Okay. Or what you could do is loosen that one off and just swing it around. But either way, the same thing happens. So there we go. Oh man, that is so nice. Do you know what? This is the best bit, is when you're getting these parts, you stack them up in your box, and then each time you build a bit, it's lowering that box and making it lower and lower and lower, and that's what I love about it. So what we're now going to do is we're going to raise it up again. Let's go like that. We're going to put this. Good Lord, it's massive. Wow, man, this is so big. Okay, so that's where we're going to be working now. So what we can do first of all is we can screw this in. Obviously the manual says to put the bracket on first once you put this panel on, but I like to do it my own way. So if we just line that up a bit, push that into there and line it up. It's just got like a little gap, so I'm just a little bit intrigued by that. But okay. Let's have a look. Why is there such a big gap? Okay, maybe that wasn't a good idea. Because the problem is it shouldn't affect it. I mean, it should just slot into there, but I did it on the other side, so I'm not sure why that's doing that. Let's have a look. That's in there, that's in that. So I see what it is. Yeah, there we go. Right, I'm having a little bit of jip with this one, so what I'm going to do, I'll take the bracket off and we put it on. That plan didn't work, so it's going to be a bit of a problem. Let's try the other side, because the problem is now is when I done this the first time around, it went on fine. The problem I've got is the reason why I put this on here first is because I've got to go from side angle otherwise, and that's going to be even worse. But let's take it off and we'll, because obviously it's not lining up, so that idea didn't work. So let's take this off. Whoops. There we go, there we go, there we go. Let's take that off a minute. Because what I want to do, because if we put that in now, yeah, see, it's gone straight in. Okay, that's interesting. So I'm gonna have to put the light on a minute because I need to be able to see where I'm working with. So let's have a look here. I'm going to shunt. I think last time I shunted it. So if we, you might not see me for a minute because I need to line this up. Put that into there. Bingo. Come on, man. There we go. I feel like I'm doing an operation on something. There we go. Lovely. What's that? Oh. So what we need to do, just need to lift up a bit. And that goes into there. Oh, it's really annoying because I can't move. I've got. It's getting a little bit tricky. But once we get this side corner in, it will be fine. I think what I'm going to do is screw that side in because that way it will stop it going like that. So once we've screwed that side in, and then for this one, because it's a top screw, I can shunt this back forward here. We just go like that. I think that's missed that hole actually. So where's the hole? Okay, that's fine. This is testing my patience a bit. Good Lord. Oh man, I don't know any other solution to... Because this tripod's in the way. Who's that? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Because right, okay, hang on a minute. So if I need it about there, if I keep that there, this is very, very, very. That's the culprit. It was this part here not lined up. I will get it in. It's just quite awkward at the moment. I have to say, out of all the base issues I've done, this is by far the most challenging. Let me put the bottom one in, see if I can get that bottom one in. Something's not lining up. Okay. Okay. We'll get this in eventually. It's just being a pain. Oh man. It's just missing that screw. I can see what the problem is. I'm wondering if this is actually right there, isn't it? Right. I think I know what the issue is. The issue being is that this bracket, because it keeps slipping and sliding all over the place, I need to maybe screw this in first. Let's move this over a bit. Let's move that round there like that. So yeah, it's because it's slipping and sliding, and once it's more tighter, we'll get that in fine. So you can't see this. I'm doing the best I can. When you're filming, you sort of forget the camera's there half the time, but that should. Oh, this corner's really giving me jip in it. It could be here quite some time, but rest assured we will get it in. Yeah, so that's that one. Oh man, it's so hot in this room. So theoretically, that hole there should be screwed, should be lined as well. There we go. Yeah, that's lined up. Lovely. Lovely. There we go. Bob's your uncle, and Terry's the chocolate orange. Right, I think now that we've got this base in, we're going to have a lot more easier access for this, because that's dead tight against that now. So there's no reason why that would not go in. But man, it's giving me. They need a magnetizer. See, that's not. Why isn't it not? I don't understand this. It just doesn't seem. This is annoying me now because this side is on. So what is the complication with this side here? I need to get an active. I need to see a view around there. Hang on a minute. I've got an idea. Right. I know what the problem is. I know what the problem is. It's because that line, this line, needs to be the other way. So theoretically, when I push this all together, see, that went in perfect. So why did it give me jip the first time? Right, now we should be able to get it in. Bloody screw, it's not the build, it's the screwdriver. Every time I load the screw, it just pings off. There we go. Stay. God's sake. Well, at least we know we found the hole. So we've got the hole. It's now just a case of screwing it in. And this is right. This is really, really testing my patience now. If we have a little bit more problems, we may have to do this in post-production. I'm gonna upgrade the size of the head. I think maybe the head of this screwdriver is a little bit too small for that type of screw. So I do remember changing this. That seems a more better fit. So let's try that. Oh man. God. This is so stressful right now. It's really, really annoying. Right. Yeah. This is really, it's really starting to tick me off now because it just won't go in. My friend in Australia, oh my God. When you see some of his videos, he really does sort of like, he screams at it, he yells at it. Yeah. Please, Lord, make this bloody screw go in. Please. Amen. Please. I need your help. It won't go in. So the only thing you can do is first one is to pray. The first one is to pray. The second one is to hope. I can't see why it's causing me such a big problem to get this epoxy screw in. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. So, I can't understand what the big problem is with getting this screw in. The problem is because I can't turn it round because it's so big, I can't get access to where I need to see. Because if I take all this off, it's quite a lot involved. I'm going to have to take this screw out, the screws over here out. I really don't want to have to do that. Let me leave it on this view for now, because while that tripod's over there, I can try and get access to this screw to see what is causing. Okay, you're not going to see this, but it's fine. Okay, so I'm just going to turn this off. Hang on a minute. So no, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Love of God, please make this screw go in. Really annoying. Oh yes. Come on, a little bit more. Right. Haha, there we go. Fact proven. All you need to do is ask Jesus or whatever it is. Yeah, just ask Jesus. I said, please let that screw go in, and there you go. He's letting me put the screw in. So all you have to do is pray, and it'll go in. Look at that. All that time, and all it needed was the tripod moving out of the way. Thank God for that. Hallelujah. Right. Wow. So what I'm going to do, I'll move it out of the way again, and then if we just move that over there, I know you can't see it, but I can't do it any other way, but you know that I'm screwing the screw in. So just give me a couple of minutes. I'll try and get it edited so that you can see. I'll try and cut this out somehow and then try and piece it if I can. But it has been. Now we've got a problem with this bottom one. Please, can you put the screw in? Please. We're at the final moment here now. Just why won't it go in? Oh man. So for anyone's watching, I know there's 2 people watching. Oh man, yes, dude. Oh, you beauty. Our God is a mountain mover. Our God's gonna make a way. Can't help all the times he's proven we can trust him just every. Look, I'm telling you something. Look at that. Look at that. Whoa. Sorry about that. I am quite clumsy. I knocked it. Look at that. There we go. So, as you can see, we had some major problems there. Not too major, but I actually don't mind my tripod in the way. It's extremely difficult to film this, but I was having so much trouble with that screw. So the minute I moved that tripod over there and asked Jesus for some help, it actually put the screw in. That, my friends, is a miracle. So there we go. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, excellent. Right, so now what we've got to do, this is so annoying, isn't it? But with what I mean by that is this camera in the way. What I now need to do is to put the last screw in through there. Just see if I can do an aerial view. Might be a bit better. And it gets that thing out of the way. So you know, it's been a tough issue, this one, but we got there. This is the thing. Never give up. If a part is really, you know, giving you a jip, take 5 minutes, have a cup of tea or whatever it is that you drink. Just take 5 minutes and come back to it. Because back in the day, I used to just get so annoyed with it. Like a part, I would just get really annoyed with it. So, yeah. I mean, it's not the best camera angle for this issue, but it has been by far a challenging issue. I probably made it a little bit more hard work for myself. I don't know. But with this one, what I'm going to do is, we know that a nut goes underneath it. So I'm just going to try and feel from the other side, just get that. Yeah, I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it calling in the air tonight. Oh Lord, you know that who sings that? Phil Collins? Is it Phil Collins? You know that gorilla advert with the drums? But yeah, I love singing, by the way. Wow, I'm so glad that that is finished. That was amazing. Amazing, challenging, difficult, and it's about to get even more difficult because we've now got that. So we've got all of that and we've got all of this. The problem we've now got is obviously next week, what I plan to do is, I'll move this section up. So as you can see, I've got space over there. So the plan would be to move this up. So just imagine I move it up like so, and as you can see, that's where we do the next L. So that is basically how I'm going to do it. The last issue is going to be more challenging because as of yet, I don't know how I can film that because it's two bases at the back. But yeah, that was a real challenging issue. But we got there in the end, thanks to perseverance. And yeah, so next week we have, let's have a look here. So next week we have issue 78. I really love the way Harshep designed this, purely because, obviously, if you do want to check them out, harshepartworks.com. But do check them out because this is very cool. I will show you the base in full glorious mode later. Obviously, I'm at full capacity right now, so I'll have to show you like this because I can't move it. They are very good how they've done this because we have two issues at the front, yeah, and that were the very first two bases. Sorry, two bases at the front, and now we've got two next week, which is really good because that indicates to me that we're doing the two bases. We've got two more sides. So I have a theory, 79 is likely to be just these long parts here, but the long ones, you know, the two long ones, just to seal off that back. Then that's when the fun starts because I don't know what to expect at the moment. We've put brackets in. As of yet, I'm not entirely sure where the mechanics go in this. There's no obvious signs to me where that goes at this precise moment in time. You've got to remember that there's going to be poles articulating the plane, so you know, forward, backwards, up and down, and that thing. As I said, it's hard to say unless there's someone out there that's further ahead than me that I can watch a video on. That's what I love. I love being behind because it allows me to see how, you know, the issues build on. So that's what we've got next week. Now, issue no, tomorrow I said, because we're now caught up to date, you know, the next issue is now 78. I was actually going to go back to the back of the Spitfire tower and, you know, really assemble that tower because I've got all the issues for that. So we'll work a couple of weeks on the tower. So that will be like a Sunday thing. Don't normally film on a Saturday or Sunday, but I wanted to try and get this a little bit in front because now we're in normal sequence. We don't have a backlog. And hopefully it can keep, because I think we'll be doing this base for quite some time. I mean, it's hard to say at this moment. 79, we could fill these two black panels in and then maybe go back to the plane. I don't know. I have been quite lucky in the fact that I've been able to, you know, still move the Spitfire along. But I think for future reference in future builds where I've got a problem with the part, just hold back on it until I can get that replaced, because this build is, for me, the way I filmed this has been very intermittent because we've had to work around the parts that are, you know, waiting replacements. But that is that, and it's a really lovely issue and I can't wait till we get the next two parts. I've now got to figure out where to put this because it's really, really big. So let's show you how big it is as best as I can. So if I just back up a bit, if we move this chair over here, this is how big this base is. Yeah, man. Look at this beauty. The size of this. Look at this. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Out of the doorway to the centre of the beat. Look at this. Hey, that, my friends, let's go this way. Look at that. That is massive and it's beautiful. But look, guys, how cool is that? This is what you're dealing with if you are watching and you're build the Spitfire. This is ginormous right now. And yeah, as you can see, it's really, really big. Trust me, when you get this, you're going to love it. So we've got two more sides to go over there to build it up. So roughly in about 2 weeks' time, next week we'll finish the actual base work, and then the week after that looks like we're putting sides on the bottom where my hand is here. But that is how big it is, ladies and gentlemen. Really, really lovely, and an absolute joy of a build. And what I've actually noticed is, if you look here, you've actually got a lip. So my theory is, we must have obviously you're going to have an inner base. So the inner base will sit on the top. So that is basically, I think that's going to be an off and on thing. It's not going to be fixed. There's no obvious signs running along here or along there to say that a screw fits into that. I think the reason for that is because obviously once the top base is on, if something breaks down, say underneath it, perhaps an electrical component falls out, or maybe one of the poles breaks, or maybe just an electrical part breaks down, you've got to take that off to get into it. But I'm so impressed with that. I mean, anyone building this build, we all love it. We all love what we build on this Spitfire. It is a joy. As I've said, I've been doing part works since 2013, and I have never ever, in all my history of builds, I have never to this day built your own base. And that is something to remember, because quite often in builds you'll get the base sent to you already pre-made, like the DeLorean, the X-01. But this, you get the joy and satisfaction of building your own base. I'm still going to say it because, in my view, I think it's probably a little bit too big. If you look at the plane, it's half the size of this base, so I think maybe they've made it a little bit too big, but maybe they wanted to make it bigger so that, you know, you've got some excess to make it stand out. But I'm really impressed with it. I think it's great. They've done a cracking job on it, and yeah, I want more parts. I want to finish it. You know, this is the excitement of, I want the next parts now. I need to get more finished. But other than that, I think that's been a cracker of a build. It's really heavy now, as I said. The more you put it on, the more heavier it gets. And what's quite good at this, you could pick it up like this. So you could pick it up side to side, or what you could do is, if you look here, what you could do, if you look there, you can actually pick it up like that. So you've got a bit of leeway there. It's really, really good, but I am loving this build. It's absolutely fantastic. So if you like what you see, do subscribe. www.harshappartworks.com. I don't know if I'm going to do a video tomorrow because I'm on 6:40 like most days. Oh, we got a comment. Hello, we got a comment. Hello, Ron Cheeky Crouch. How's it going? Do a tour of your builds. Absolutely. I mean, this build is ginormous, this base. Nice to see a new face to the channel. I'll check out your channel. But I will do a tour of it, absolutely. But other than that, I hope you like that video. Please remember to like and subscribe. Do check out everyone in the channel. And I will do that. I will do a tour of the builds, absolutely, because I do the Routemaster DeLorean. I've got Willie's Jeep being took over from a UK guy. I've got DB5 coming. I've got so many builds to... I think that's good. Like a slideshow of all the builds, absolutely. Hope you like that video. Take care, and maybe back tomorrow, maybe not. But other than that, I am very looking forward to doing this. Take care. Bye-bye.